This is Roe v. Wade by Muntaha, Dakota, Mara, and Jordan. First, I'm going to be talking about the background of the case. Roe v. Wade was a landmark legal decision made in January 1973. The U.S. Supreme Court struck down a Texas statute that banned abortion. The Texas statute banned abortion unless it endangered the life of the mother. This case led to the legalization of abortion across the United States. It involved Norma McCorvey, who was Jane Roe, versus Henry Wade, who was the district attorney of Dallas County. It's also important to mention that this case was relevant because the legalization of abortion was a big thing in that time because many women were illegally receiving the procedure, and as a result, there were a lot of health concerns going on, and illegal abortion was considered fatal.
Okay, now we'll be moving on to Jane Roe's side of the argument. Norma McCorvey, under the pseudonym of Jane Roe, took up a case against the state of Texas while pregnant and seeking a legal abortion. According to the state of Texas, abortion was prohibited unless the mother's life was in jeopardy. Roe and her colleagues argued that the choice for a woman to get an abortion was a constitutional right since the 14th Amendment secured the right to privacy. Roe declared that since childbirth was a private matter concerning the woman and her physician, restricting abortion was an infringement on the 14th Amendment and could therefore be considered unconstitutional.
And now moving on to Henry Wade's side of the argument. As said, Henry Wade at the time was the district attorney for Dallas County. This means that when Jane Roe took up a lawsuit against the state of Texas, she took up a state in her county against Henry Wade. Wade wanted to uphold Texan law, which stated that abortion was prohibited, save for extreme situations such as rape, incest, or if it would harm or kill the mother. Henry Wade was very strict on upholding Texan law, but he did not take a biased stance either way. Texan law at the time was against prenatal murder, and as said, should stay illegal save for extreme situations.
Next, I'm going to talk about the analysis of arguments. The ruling was a compromise between the two sides. The court agreed that it was the woman's right to privacy to receive an abortion, but receiving one would be heavily regulated. The justification of the judges hold that the right to abortion was protected by the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, which argued that it was the woman's right to privacy to receive one. This mattered more legally than did religion. It was a 7-2 decision among the judges, with Judges White and Rehnquist opposing because they didn't believe that abortion was protected by the Constitution.
Okay, and finally, I will be going over the impact of this case. So, within the 3 following decades, there were over 30 other Supreme Court cases that were related to abortion, mainly involving the different intricacies that didn't get super covered with the Roe v. Wade case. 2 of these more important cases covered women under 18 and whether they could have an abortion without the consent of a parent, and also low-income women and whether their healthcare would have to legally cover abortion or whether their healthcare could deny abortion. Also, this case affected the laws in all 50 of the states, just on varying levels. So think the states in the South, such as Texas, which was the star of this case, they had to change their laws around a lot because everything had pretty much been marked against the Constitution now. So they had to change things a lot. But states that had already been going more progressive, such as Alaska and Hawaii, they didn't have to really change their laws as much, but they did still have to make them more liberal and progressive than they had originally planned. Abortion is also still a very, very, very controversial topic today. A lot of the controversy is surrounded by religion, which didn't get settled with the Supreme Court case because religion doesn't really have a place in a court of law. And so also, abortion because of this, has severely divided political parties even more than usual, with Republicans tending to be more pro-life and then Democrats being more pro-choice. As you can see, even in this picture on the bottom left, people are still protesting today. Women are always going to be fighting, and even some men, they're fighting for this right to abortion. And the fight is really never probably going to be over, whether you believe in it or not. Thank you, and that is all.